What is up, you guys? It's Anthony Munda. Thank you for clicking on another video. Really appreciate your support. Super excited about this video. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna be talking about the three of the most underutilized, or the three most underrated shoulder exercises, okay? So these are all super important because to get that nice X frame that makes you look like you have a tiny waist but broad shoulders, so good for men and women, you really wanna focus on your shoulders, okay? It's a very neglected muscle group, and these exercises are very underrated, so we're gonna get right to it. All right, so the first one is the rope face pull, okay? I'll go ahead and just show you it first, and then I'll kind of explain it like step by step, what you should be feeling, all that. Okay, so this is the rope face pull. I'm sure you guys have seen it before. All right, so a couple things with that and why it's underrated. Okay, so what this exercise is working is your rear delts, okay? A lot of people skip out on that muscle, but it's so important because it gives you that 3D look, okay? Another reason this is super important is because it's good for mobility of your shoulder joint in general. We want to look good, but we also want to look good for a long time, so you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, so a couple things, how to set it up, rep ranges, all that, but make sure you guys are doing this movement. All right, so what you want to do to set it up, you want the rope to be about eye level, okay? So with every rep, you want to pull it through your eyes. That's what I like to think about, okay? So you're going to start here, arms all the way extended, and then you're going to pull it straight through your eyes, okay? Okay, now for this version, you want to have your hands like this. So go ahead and get a shot of those. So your hands together, so your fingers facing each other for this version, because there's actually two versions of this exercise. I personally really like that version. I feel like I feel that one more in my rear delts. Okay, so one more time. Just set it up eye level, take a step back, and pull it straight through your eyes. Alright, yeah, super underrated, and before I even get into that, let's go over the other version, okay? So I'm going to lower the weight here a little bit. Alright, so the other version of this is your hands the other way. So we started like this, now we're going to go this way, okay? Now, with this one, the other, hold on, little science lesson for you guys. Alright, so the rear delt is supposed to do this motion, okay? So this is why that actually hits the rear delts, but the rear delt is also responsible for external rotation, like this, okay? Super important for all the other like exercises. There's a lot of good carryover, bench press, shoulder press, all your good compounds, okay? So with this one, you want your hands the other way, okay? So your knuckles are gonna be facing each other. And with this one, you're gonna pull it through your eyes, but you're gonna pull it up into external rotation. Just like this. Okay, now I really feel that one too, I really do, but I'm gonna be honest with you, for hypertrophy, for muscle gains, I really like the other one. What I would recommend is that you do both and see what one feels better, but that last one I just showed you, okay, one more time. Knuckles together here. Pulling through your eyes, but externally rotating the shoulders. Okay, that one, that's super good for mobility and for keeping the joint healthy. I like to use this exercise, the rope face pull, for a warm-up, either for a warm-up before any compound like pressing, so like shoulder press, bench press, or as a finisher at the end of my like push day. I usually do about 12 to 15 reps, 3 to 4 sets. Alright guys, now we're moving on to the standing dumbbell overhead press. Okay, so you'll see this a lot. Well, first of all, you see it a lot seated, so just a normal shoulder press, right? You know, that's not underrated. A lot of people are doing that, right? Standing, less people do this, okay? But to even go a step further, not a lot of people do this exercise here, and that's unilateral, so that's one arm at a time, one shoulder at a time, shoulder press, okay? So a couple reasons why this is pretty good. I'm gonna put this down before my shoulder falls off. All right, so a couple reasons that's good is because number one, it kind of changes things up. You know, I know how it is to do the same, you know, you're doing shoulder press again, like, oh, like big whoa. You wanna change it up, feel a different exercise, do something else, challenge yourself, okay? So that's number one. Number two, when you do a muscle one at a time, okay? Anything, leg, arm, chest, like this, if you're doing a press, dumbbells, you prevent muscle imbalances. So you see a lot of people, or I hear a lot of people say, you know, this arm's bigger than this arm, or this shoulder is bigger than this shoulder. Why is that? It's probably because you're doing a lot of exercises where you're not using one arm at a time. So dumbbells are really good for this, but this one's really good for this because you're really only using one at a time. Okay, another reason this is a good movement is because it really challenges your core. And that's actually another reason why I put the weight down at first, okay? So, you start here, you're gonna notice, you're gonna be a little shaky here. So you're not gonna be able to do a lot of weight first. But it's also good because you're challenging your core. Your whole body as a unit is gonna have to work together. Right now, I'm squeezing my glutes, my calves are a little flexed, and obviously my shoulder's up there, okay? So this is how you're gonna perform the movement. Now, I like to sometimes go like this, but if you want an extra challenge, keep your arm down here so that you have to force your core to work harder, okay? So what you're gonna do, come down, just like a regular shoulder press, kind of a little pause here, because you don't wanna, you know, start messing around with form and, you know, get all crazy with that. So, little pause here, then up, okay? Okay, so my glutes are flexed, everything's flexed. I'm not going back like this. Okay, there's no, my back's not bent back. You see a lot of that when people do shoulder press. You see a lot of people even sit in the chair like this. No, your spine should be neutral, which means in line, straight, in alignment. Okay, you're gonna come down, little pause here, and straight up. Little pause here, straight up. Really underrated movement. Try this one out, guys. You're gonna love it. Alright guys, we're moving on to the third most underrated shoulder movement, and that is the leaning dumbbell shoulder shrug. I bet that you haven't seen this exercise yet. Hey, you better sub right now if you have not seen this. I promise you, because I just learned it not too long ago. So yeah, you guys are going to enjoy this one. Make sure you try it out. Okay, so basically, all the part of the movement is in the name. Okay, so it's a leaning, so you want to find a stable surface, okay? So you want to put your feet right towards that surface, okay? So see how I'm at basically a diagonal here? And I'm holding on, okay? Well, you probably want to grab the dumbbell first. But, alright, so feet towards the stable surface. And what you're going to do, so see how, this is my arm completely dropped down, okay? Like a shrug. And then you're going to shrug it up, okay? I'm telling you guys, this is such a good movement. Like, I know you're used to like a normal shrug, you know, like this here. You know, it really does work the traps. It does feel good, but this one's like no other. You're gonna feel that burn like so good. And I feel like if you can't really make a good mind-muscle connection when you're doing barbell shrugs or when you're doing dumbbell shrugs or even machine shrugs, these really hammer it home to make you feel like, holy crap, like my traps are really working. I'm getting the most out of this movement. So, a couple more times here. Just going to turn around for you. Okay. Stable surface, feet close. Drop your arm all the way down and shrug up. What you're doing by leaning away is kind of increasing the range of motion that your arm can drop down, so that obviously you can recruit more muscle fibers and so that your traps can be activated more, so you can feel it more and you can get more hypertrophy from it. So you're going to build better traps because of it. Really underrated movement. I literally have never seen this done in the gym. Make sure you guys try it out. So basically a couple things here. You're going to want to use a lighter weight. That's kind of very, you got to do that, right? You got to go safe because you are in like a compromised position here. And if you don't do a lot of neck or trap work already, you know, you're going to be super sore after this. So kind of expect that going in. So don't go, you know, shrugging away doing, you know, 100 pounds like you would if you were holding 2 dumbbells, okay? 1 dumbbell at a time. A couple good things about that is, you know, your grip doesn't get completely worn out from doing like 2, and your traps get a break in between. Because you're only doing 1 at a time. So one more time. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love this. Like I'm telling you, man, you gotta try this and you gotta let me know how it is. Okay, so I'm leaning and I shrug my shoulder up. Basically, want just a regular shrug. Bring your shoulders to your ear. One more time from this angle. Drop your arm down. Shrug up. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love that, man. You gotta try those exercises, man. All 3. So the rope face pull, do about 3 to 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps. We got the leaning dumbbell shrug, same thing, 3 to 4 sets. Go easy on the weight at first, nice and light. High reps, 12 to 15 reps. And then we got the standing unilateral, 1 arm at a time, standing dumbbell overhead press. So there you can go a little bit, 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, kind of get a good feel for all these, but make sure you guys are trying these out and putting them in your routine, because number one, like I said about, these exercises is it's good to change it up. I know how it gets, your workouts get stale. So if you start to utilize these, you're gonna enjoy your workouts better, which means you're gonna work out harder, which means you're gonna make more progress. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoy making these videos. Just really appreciate your support, man. Every single one of you guys who likes, comments, subscribes, like, means everything to me from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate everyone who kind of helps me do what I do. So appreciate you guys, appreciate you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.